So this lady is out in her garden. Wait a minute, I better tell you something first. This is a naughty joke. If any of you ladies out there get the vapors, oh my, I can't believe. Y'all don't want to watch it. There's nothing vulgar or dirty. Yeah. It is naughty though. Anyway, this lady is out in her garden. And she's, tying up her tomato plants and watering and weeding and doing all the things you're supposed to do in a garden. And she knows, or she notices, that a bunch of her stuff in her garden just ain't getting ripe. So she goes to the local co-op, the farmer's co-op. And she walks in, the gentleman says, "Can I help you, madam?" And she says, "Yes, I think you can." She says, "I've got the most beautiful garden plants. My tomato plants are just gorgeous, loaded down with tomatoes." She says, "But I can't, they won't ripen. They're still green. They just won't ripen." The guy says, "Well, I know what your problem is." He said, "I know where you live. You live like 5 miles to the nearest neighbor." He said, "What you need to do is tonight in that full moon, you need to go out there and prance around in your garden naked." "Oh, I have never." "Well, ma'am, I ain't saying you ever have, but I'm telling you, if you'll dance around in your garden naked, them tomatoes will get embarrassed and they'll blush, and tomorrow morning they'll just be as red as they can be." That lady says, "I cannot believe that." So she goes back home. Later that evening, she gets to thinking about it. Because ain't a daggum tomato turned red on her vine. And the more she studied on it, the more she says to herself, she says, "Self, there ain't no neighbors around here. Ain't nobody even going to come calling late at night." So she takes off her bloomers and all her unmentionables, and she goes out there in the garden and she dances around in the moonlight. The next day, she goes out in her garden and she is quite amazed. She goes back to the farmer's co-op with a basket and a cloth covering what's in it. And the lady says, "Well," she says, "I hate to admit it, but I did what you said." He said, "And did them tomatoes get embarrassed and blush and turn red?" She said, "No." Uncovered it, said, "But these cucumbers grew 7.5 inches. If you're offended by that joke, you're going to have to get a life. Life is too short not to laugh.